Approval of the consent agenda. Our previous meeting minutes, boards, budget, board bill. Anything that couldn't do that way. Is there a latest reconcile in there?
Yeah.
Do we have a motion for the consent agenda?
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Motion made, is there a second?
I'll second it.
Motion made, seconded, all in favor? Any opposed? All right, consent agenda is approved. All right, public forum, Dylan Doctor, or Mr. Largent, I guess they're not here. I was trying to get them, they're the ones with the mobile home on Cemetery Road that we had an issue with.
Oh, did they respond or?
Yeah, I talked to him yesterday. Dylan Doctor said he would be here. I explained the reservations of what his scope of his permits were, which do not match what he's actually putting in. So, and then we have property damage. They didn't have proper permits. I mean, and it's still sticking out halfway, not halfway. It's sticking out, 4 feet on Ontario, 4 feet, we'll give it 4 feet.
Yeah, you can't pass each other.
And so, I mean, I wanted him to come to the board because due to the fact there was I believe, wasn't there a police report made? Okay, on that, but I don't know where that stands, but it's still in the road. So, not present. So it's up, if you guys want to revoke them permits, that's totally up to you.
Yeah, I would.
And because I told him like to come in here and explanation and what his plans and progress are, can get a revocation of the permits.
Yeah, I would make a motion to remove the permits and to have them vacate, that item from the property immediately within a reasonable period of time.
Cool permits. And the company has never came in and got the proper permits for oversized load or shutting off. So that's an issue too. And then we got
That's
them.
place removed is what you're saying.
And
Yeah, it's wobbly, but it's poorly placed. It looks like it's going to be extremely difficult to remove it given the three-point turn space to allow for that unless they have special axles that allow you to shift it further than you would ordinarily think. The entire frame roof profile is wobbly, wavy, and I believe it's far larger than what they originally proposed. And so I consider it to be deceitful, and going forward on any other permit thing, I think we're obligated to check and double check beyond what good faith would be extended to a person to make sure that we don't have a repeat of this.
I think this was one of the first of this kind of issue, and we weren't notified either, as they promised as well, so that was deceitful in itself. But we have approximately, the road damage.
Mr. Ponder's mailbox.
Mr. Ponder's mailbox was thrown in the woods, but we reached that date, and then our street sign was tore down, but we can fix that. Back to labor, time, all that good stuff, so.
Plus they're sitting on a utility right away too.
Yeah, they're on.
They're right on top of our water main too. Right there.
Yeah, they're right on it, so, I mean, at this point, I mean, I wish he would've showed up, because I was trying to get him to figure out what the plan was and provide us with insurance, because he said he had insurance, he was gonna provide us so we can file a claim for the fire, damages.
He's not in the facility, I mean, he's not living.
No, and even if me and you go in there, and even it's structurally unsound, it's
It's
buckled.
my understanding that it's not livable.
Got it.
They hit the tree and it ripped the fascia off, and the roof, the ridge cap's buckled, the whole thing is,
To remove it, it looks like it needs to be cut up and towed out. Usually, what I assume that they were trying to do is go forward and back into the spot, like you would parking in reverse, but the structure's too long. There's a small ditch there on the side of the road, and basically they just gave up and abandoned it there. And to remove it, you have to complete that maneuver, which would be to back up and then pull it out in the other direction. And there's not enough space to do that, given how close they are to the property line. And they're not gonna hook it up and go up towards the cemetery and make a big circle and come around the other way either, so it's kind of hopeless.
yeah.
Okay, well, I'll second it.
Motion made in second. Alright, so do we have, so we have the motion, second, Alderman Kathy Bergman. And we have Jim Ginger. All in favor of this?
Alright.
Any opposed? Alright. Doster's permits are pulled. And removal, that was the removal of structure. I guess we'll write a letter, 30 days.
Yeah, as soon as possible.
Right.
30 days gives them plenty of time.
Okay. Alright, anything else to add to that? Alright, so, Joker stub date, I'm sure people have seen it around town. They've been working pretty hard, weather hasn't been too great. All in on.
We, we went over bills kind of quickly there.
Sorry.
The sewer funds were percent used to date, we're at 53%. Is that why?
Mary Clark.
And we're looking forward to making maneuvers to get that reimbursed for that expense.
Plus the pump, how much was that pump we got back?
Which one?
The one that, the company installed, the other lift, well, the vendor repair from the other company, remember?
Oh,
That company.
what are you talking about? I'm trying to, You got,
So Equipment Pro
yeah,
gave us our pump back in pieces, so how much is it gonna cost to fix that, since we didn't authorize that?
we're probably doing, probably looking at almost what a brand new one's gonna cost, putting it back together.
That's $8,000, is the plans there?
And with all the parts down there, I ain't got all the parts of what I looked at.
So that's another thing.
Um,
Nobody authorized, there's nothing in the minutes or anything showing. There was authorization to tear it apart, and now we got missing parts, so we have a pump that's no good.
Because the railing system's not there, so I don't know where it went.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be almost $600-700 right there, that railing system.
So, I guess with your guys' consensus, if you want to add that along with that outstanding bill from the repair from their non-warranted work, it's totally up to you.
It's all part of the same.
Yeah, it'd be one and the same, we can add it on, because I had them go up and get the pump and it was dumped in a box and given to an employee. So, that's where we stand on that. Yeah, we can talk later on that. Anything else, Doc, did you see?
No, that's the one that jumps off the page, so.
Okay. Alright, so, back to unfinished business, section 6, Joker's update. So, they're working on with FEMA and SEMA, along with, this disaster relief assistance. We have, they're a ways away, but we're making headway. It's just this weather's frozen, what they can do, but we hit the sinkhole over here, which was 10 foot deep. And it's pretty deep, but even the excavator fell into one spot. So they got that fixed, found some other ones, they brought that up, bedded our lines. So down here, all that's interconnected, and they cleaned it up down through here to make the water flow down so it can go out to the Mississippi. So we don't have that kind of problem bottlenecking again.
And what did they do down by the park?
Do what?
What did they do down there by the park?
So there was a culvert replaced by Frankie years ago, but below there, Frankie didn't have any idea, there was 4 old steel culverts. And over time they collapsed, and so where they interconnect to the belt, it buckled. So it just kept sagging and kept eroding. So they had to tear all that out and re-shore it up because it was dammed up. That's why water wasn't flowing in there, and there was debris and junk and everything else, but there's culverts from probably whenever that was an active baseball field back then. So that's what they had to do there. And they put, 230s? And then
it's them are 36s.
36s?
I think them are 36 inches.
Yeah, they're big.
Out of that plastic or cement?
Yeah, they're corrugated plastic, hard plastic, so,
I think those were double wall or something like that.
yeah, they go.
And
What's the
then,
lifespan of those things?
They can last for years, as long as, debris and stuff, they can last for a long time. Put it this way, they last longer than galvanized, so. And basically that's what happened down there with the machine that I had before whenever I installed the last 2 in there. The machine couldn't reach as far as what cause they had to bring their big ones in.
yeah,
Anyways, so what was collapsing underneath, we couldn't see, so it was just deteriorating, and basically where the belts were put together, it collapsed right in between that and pulled it down, so it was opening it up, so, it was out of my side, I couldn't see what was going on there, so, or if we had a bigger machine, we would've been dug out.
yeah, but, they're one bucket filled, one dump truck fully, just to be able to get all that, and they tapered it, part of that's county on the other side, correct me if I'm wrong.
Both sides are actually county on both sides, so.
But county has, it's just been kind of pushed off as nothing, but over time, but it got to the point the road was getting thinner and thinner and thinner. And we put some leftover asphalt that we had 2 years ago that we didn't pay for it, just from a job they had, just to hold it together. Well, over where that rain hit, it just washed everything up, so.
Is that listed in our, sorry to interrupt you, is that listed in our losses from the storm?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that was included in there because since that's an active, I guess you would call Winter Creek, or it's a drainage creek that goes out to the St. Lawrence. That's gonna help and not dam it up where it's gonna be flooding or turning a nasty marsh or mosquito heaven and everything else. They found a motorcycle down there, the Southwestern Bell, with that old, the container went in. The phone was on, but I mean, there was just so much stuff. But,
And since it's on county ground, do we have the ability to bring it to them as some sort of reciprocity in kind?
I think we can bring it to them. I mean,
In other words, can we create a subset of charges, costs associated with that we can then present to the county?
yes.
This is sort of stuff.
Yeah, we can, because ultimately, beneficial wise, I mean, you have, economic development, then you got the park down there, you got acres, so it means, and I think it's beneficial, I mean, it's a good gesture, I mean, it'd be done, it's on a roadway, so I mean, it had to be done either way, I could barely fit my truck through it at the end.
All right.
So, I think, it's a good gesture, and maybe we can get that back on track,
Good.
so.
Good.
Did you have any reservations or anything about that? or-
No, I just see you down there.
It was, I went down, I was like, I have never seen so many, cause after the said and done, we'll have pictures of everything, and some of the stuff I have never seen before. I've seen some ingenuity, but it's some old time ingenuity. Concrete and corrugated metal holding culverts together, so. But, I mean, it lasted a long time, but it was just finally time to go with. All right, and other than that, I mean, they've been, so we went by the specs of what the original core and everything over here at the emergency route. They've been working on that, widening that. So instead of buying fill, we're reusing the fill we have, what we pull out of the projects, and we're splitting it between the sinkhole up here on 6 that's washing down, causing that issue with the rushing water behind Miss Shares. And then also that went into a cross culvert we never knew existed that went into there. So that's there that goes into that box culvert that's 10 foot. And then also over there, they're widening that and they're gonna elevate that where it's actually at flood stage, because there's a letter stated to, I believe it was Miss Cole, Janice Cole, years and years and years ago about that. There was an issue about bottlenecking it up, and so they're mitigating, shoring that up. So in case we, God forbid, have a flood, we have an evacuation route. We don't have to sandbag to death to get it up where, we're fighting it. And, Frankie and everybody's not out there going crazy. I mean, they're talking about foot elevation and then tapering it and then bringing it back down, and then it'll be wider, and then down the slope, it'll be shored up, and then we should be able to mow back down there and clean all that up, so, and maintain it. Anybody got any other questions? I mean, they're here, they're there, they're working, it depends where they're at and what the ground's like, so. The mill's shut down, so there won't be any overlay, it's just gonna be culverts right now, and 3rd Street's next on the list, I believe.
What about the bridge? They widened it, obviously.
They're still gonna work on that, yeah.
Are they gonna raise that
Yeah.
further?
Yeah.
That's it in the springtime.
Well, yeah, if part of it's overlay, but part of it's gonna be shoring it up, raising it up, cleaning that vegetation off the bridge so you can actually see. And then we're gonna try to redirect water 3 different ways. So it takes the pressure off when it hits the wall, if it does come up again like that. So we don't have boils or anything like that, which we have spots that are kind of eroded away. So.
In the last meeting, we talked about They were talking about doing the road out towards 61. Is that over there where the Bader's house used to be?
Yeah,
That area there.
Walnut, that's all part of that, and the connection there.
They're gonna raise that part, or they don't?
Yeah, they'll be raised to taper. I mean, you can't always, that's a low spot anyways when they shot grade. The main part was be able to raise that up enough in case we have to evacuate. Both sides of town can get out, so, and it's up to the specs of what originally it should have been. Because what I read, they said, well, we can't promise you, but, you know, it's supposed to be up to 100 foot, but it's not, but it's gonna bottleneck up some, but that's because there's no culverts and drainage and kind of diversion down to the old bridge, remember that one? They kind of go out that way, take the pressure off that road and water pooling, that's why you got pop-ups everywhere. But that'll be resurfaced and raised, so. I think that, because FEMA thought that'd be a good idea, plus, you know, you never know if they're gonna blow a levee again and have one of them messes, so. And then there's some other spots they're gonna hit, but there's 10 projects going on. I mean, that's just one. The road is one, culvert's one, parks is one, city hall infrastructure that got damaged, that's one. I mean, there's so many. But the park allocated so much money, it's the same as everything, so. Alright. New business. The St. Genevieve County adopted Senate Bill 190, the senior tax freeze. I know there's been a lot of talk around town about that. I believe the county's adopting that.
They did.
They did adopt that? Okay.
Is there do you have to apply in January or something?
March.
March?
I put it in your packet, and I also put it out for the public, if anybody wants copies of it. Here it says, at the top of your paper, it says assessor, and down here it says senior property tax freeze, and it tells you the steps that you need to take and also a website. Jody, I can make a copy of that. Do you want to take the whole thing with you?
Well, if you want to send me a copy, that's fine.
No, I'll make you a copy of it.
Okay.
I put it out there. And it tells people where to go, when to apply. And I've had several residents ask me about it, so I did some research, and St. Genevieve County did adopt Senate Bill 190. If you want to read the whole thing, I have it.
What's considered senior, what age?
62, I
Okay.
believe.
Just curious. Okay.
Applications will be available beginning February 1st, 2026, and you do all of that through stgencounty.gov. I just thought I'd put it out there. I've had a lot of questions about it. And we do not have to vote on it. We don't have to have a bill. We don't have to have an ordinance. It comes from the county, so
Okay.
it's ours.
All right.
Excuse me. Status on park bidding. I've been working on it a little bit. I don't know, I'm sure you guys are busy with what you guys have going on. And it's your birthday, so, you know. I wanted to give you the book, so maybe, I don't know,
It's after Christmas, we get together sometime.
if you want to brainstorm, because the money's there. There is a timetable, but it's far off. I mean, it's something to think about, because there's money, like I said, we got the insurance money plus, we got 39, 40,000, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's an idea. If there needs to be an extension to like ADA wise, I can put that in there, plus forced labor, I just gotta do an amendment. It just takes a little bit more paperwork. But if they build their, whoever builds it, Fisher Price contacted us too. I sent out, you know.
Fisher Price?
Yes, they make things right.
And out here a couple of weeks.
And I'll get you that information to the rep.
I can, I just can't.
So, but yeah, it's just kind of options to look at and see, you know, where we may be able to put one. So it's kind of, I tried to contact Mr. Fisher on the, still up in the air. I don't know what they're just sitting there, but I think like me and Frank were talking about, if we can remove certain parts of it as a flow through, we can be okay. You know, we're not violating the FEMA buyout or anything, or maybe we can put it in for an acceptance, you know, like Tri-County did, you know, to the back. As long as we don't have like a straight sewer pipe, you know, and everything like that, I don't see an issue. But there's different ones, reach out, I mean, it's there, I just need to know an invoice and then what you gotta decide, and then I send it to them, and they've got to check to the vendor. It just goes in the movers that we have, that Jesse maintains, and it goes right back out. So, in and out, but it's a good thing to have, I mean, at least we got that. Alright, the auditor's proposed cost for the next audit. I don't know if you had this in that.
The cost is on page 6.
They budgeted 15,000 years before, so they're proposing to go forward with it.
We only paid 11,000 last year, and they are requesting 15,000 this year. So I took it upon myself to look on MML for other potential CPAs that might be interested. I emailed 3 from MML, and then I just found a random one that I sent out. But I mean, I haven't heard back from anyone, not saying that we're gonna do any better, but I thought that
Yeah, that's good.
try.
Put it out for bid.
I tried negotiating with them, you know, because they said, well, it costs us $14,000 some to correct errors. And I'm like, well, that's what you know. And I said, well, okay, for 14,000, we can throw in treasury, reconciles every month and all that together. And, you know, make it, sell it, right? So,
We have a CPA as our treasurer, right, so I would think that that person would have gotten it right the first time without having corrections
yeah, so
sought by a second firm.
but there was that.
So are they stating that it wasn't done correctly, were there errors the first time around, or?
There is some just different mismanagement of just how the financials are carried. They had more, what the contract we had with them, they had more labor and time invested in, and that's, so I was like, okay. And every time I asked them, the price kept going up, I'm like, that's not cool, you know, and I'm like, they're like, what do you think? And I'm like, I'm thinking 9,500 for just a basic, it's not even a forensic audit, you know, and they had errors, and they didn't even catch them. You know, there was a few, and I'm not knocking them, they're real nice people, but I understand they're in the money, in the business to make money, it's just, we got our packets late last year, I mean, we wrote her the gun, you know that, you went through the whole packet, line by line. When we were building the budget, going through the budget, so I mean, it's just, I think it's good to kind of scope out our options.
Yeah, we have the city, we should shop it a little bit, see if we can better price wise, and then if there are errors that are oftentimes caused, then whoever's doing our day-to-day accounting is kind of call that as a question too, because one thing's showing this and the other's not. So we should probably look at both.
aware of that, that's what they proposed. So, so we're just bidding that out to them.
I just sent out information, I'm requesting information from 4 different people, and then they're gonna want more information from me, so I don't know how quickly it'll get done, but I have requested 4 different CPAs, see what we can do in it, maybe more, I don't know.
Yeah, because if we went from 11 to 15,000, it's a $4,000 difference. And that is a 40% increase in our rates during a time when we're all being force-fed the state where the economy's strong and our prices are going down. So we need to respond.
Alright, so. Then we have the Delta Region Authority grant announcement.
I put the copy up there, I didn't know if somebody wanted to read it. Because it was just on Facebook. I also attached an email that I received from them today from the Delta Regional Authority. And I put it in your packet. It says, on behalf of the Delta Regional Authority Federal Code Chairman, Dr. Corey Wiggins, I am pleased to inform you that all executed award documents have been returned and you are now authorized to proceed with the approval date of December 29, 2025.
So I had a meeting with her a week or 2 ago. And
Sorry, I can't hear you. I'm right, you can't hear me.
I had a meeting with someone from RPC, Cara, from RPC, and went over the details and the origins, source of the grants that we received, and then I published and sent a press release out to the paper in St. John, Perry County, and Cape. I don't know if they went in, then we placed it on the St. Mary Facebook webpage, which had the basics in there that we were awarded $500,000 and an additional $9,000 was awarded to us as well, but that money doesn't go to us, it goes to RPC for administration of the funds, oversight of the distribution of the monies, etc. So this additional announcement recently tells us that we are in fact in receipt of the funds and we can proceed with our engineering firm, with Michael and Henry from Heartland Engineering. And there'll be more things to announce in the near future that are positive as well. That will probably every week or two will be another press release.
Yes, and then. Yeah, and after Michael break it started, he was all
Yes,
jumping on today.
I got an email from Michael this morning, wanting to know if the email I just read to you, wanted to know if I got it yet. So I didn't get it till late this afternoon, and Michael and Cara were both informed because it was just emailed to me. Everybody knows.
Yay.
Alright. Yeah. So that's a pretty good feat. I mean, $500,000, and then Michael's trying to see also with FEMA if they can kind of intertwine and make it one big project. So they both have verbatim, that's a little bit different, but we're trying to see with emergency management to see if we can just do it all. On top of the other ones that are already in progress. Well, pretty much just, when I was looking at this, I got a lot of things to go through and see and make sure everything, this is, different scopes, just like every little damage and bark and sign off, and then way we can get our money reimbursed for what we decide to do, like the park or what you guys decide. Just kind of a breakdown, but what this shows their initials, it doesn't show the amended. So there's gonna be changes on here, so I just wanted to let you guys know that.
He
So-
just got this in the mail today
Yeah,
from
so-
emergency management, so he hasn't even had time to read it himself. I just gave it to him.
Yeah, it's a lot. This is what pretty much on each project I gotta go through and look and make sure everything they scope is right, or call them and do an amendment. And then I gotta do a re-amendment and call engineers, and it's just, it's not that bad, but I mean, it can be.
So we'll adjourn early so you can get right to that.
Yeah.
You able to bathroom? No, I didn't know that this in the mail. Alright, so, anyhow, I don't really have much to report. Water's down, I mean, working on mitigation right now, culverts. We'll be addressing the other damaged areas as weather permits. If we have any inclement weather, we're ready to roll, so.
Great. There was a water leak,
Oh,
this leads off into the water wastewater department west, but you're in charge of that also. So was there a leak that we found, or is there a leak that hasn't been found?
So, I mean,
on both.
we're thinking we have a leak still, but the readings are being not in the favor of showing a leak, or if the leak is getting worse. So it's, like, for the past 2 days, my reading's been 28,000 gallons. Today, whenever I got the reading, we was only at 1,500. So it's, not a continuous, ongoing situation of a bad leak. I don't know if it's because of the holidays and families are all in more water usage. When we did the meter reads, it wasn't showing no real high usages, like somebody's meter was leaking or somebody's water line was leaking. So we're still in the process of watching it, and I'm waiting until after holidays over and see where we're sitting. Did go around and do some listening because we thought we had a leak over here with water over here on Cedar because it got wet over there.
Yeah.
Which that was permafrost that I guess came up surfacing. Checked it for chlorine, it was all good. And took the ears and was listening. I actually went over on 5th Street, listened to an old hydrant over there, make sure it wasn't bleeding by. There's been a few spots kind of listening to. With PVC, it's kind of hard to hear if you have a leak, unless it's a big leak spraying. Normally 9 times out of 10, PVC goes, it's going to go. It's not going to, the only way you're going to have a small leak is at a bell. And that's pretty well it. But, you know, listening to meters and stuff with the ears, I'm not hearing no off the wall sounds that's telling me there's a leak. I'm not hearing the popcorn like rocks hitting and stuff. So. But we're still kind of keeping an eye on it. I mean, we're trying to try to keep our head wrapped around it, trying to figure out. I know I talked to County Water District. Their SCADA ain't showing nothing weird. There's like when we had a leak before, their SCADA would show weird things up there, and Wes would call me or whatever and say, hey, you guys got something going on down there. That way they know it's not us, it's on their side of the county, but 9 times out of 10 they're checking with us because our water system. But yeah, it's not, I can't confirm, been all over town looking for water. Any water we see in the ditch, been testing it, no chlorine, and our chlorine right now is sitting perfect. So it's gonna show up if it's there, so, but nothing, no pinkness is showing in the water, so, that we're checking, so I can't say it's a leak. It could possibly still be a leak, but we're trying trying to wait for the holidays, that way I can get a accurate balance on the water system and see if it is. Because if it's anything on the county side coming into that tower, it's not chlorinated, but there's no running water down the creek line or anything that I'm seeing unusual, so that's our only biggest downfall. From that pit to that tower, there's no chlorine in it. So anyways, so if there is a leak, it's gonna be hard to detect unless they're telling me something's going on with the SCADA up there.
All we had was that sewer two over here to Saval, but,
Yeah, I was waiting for their department.
oh, okay,
So,
well, there, yeah. I didn't know the dot that, so I was just making sure. All right. Police department, nothing.
There's nothing to report there.
I mean, we got attention Chief of Police David Woods. You want this?
Yeah, sure, I'll take it.
Okay. I just want to make sure. I didn't know if we hired him or not, so. All right. Street department, also you, Doc.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, it's Joker's repairs in various spots, and that's ongoing. Is there, what I think I'd like to see in the city is, like, you're the most familiar with what they're putting down where ones are repairing. And if we had like a map, maybe up there, or behind a door there, or up here, that's highlighted in color, like where repairs are gonna be done, then anyone that comes in can see and have a feel for, it kind of eliminates questions.
Yeah. And sometimes like they'll jump from one project to the next if they run into this.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm totally understanding.
So,
But it's nice to see him doing stuff.
Yeah.
It'd be also nice to see the big picture.
yeah, also, they will keep loading fill to the 4th Street, off a dirt elevated bridge, on and off, so
I see.
proceed carefully through there because they will be dumping and expanding that to where the width should be. So be patient.
It's nice now, I mean,
Yeah.
even just a little bit that they've added.
Yeah.
On the Eddie hole or whatever.
And then up on 6th Street, the sinkhole, we probably got over, 200,000 tons, if not more, in that sinkhole, and then going into that basin, we're trying, where that road used to.
Oh, that's dug out and transferred over there. Okay.
And now it's almost level with the hillside. We're working our way down to try to shore that up, so. But yeah, we had a few damages done from people, but they were taken care of and no cost, but if it happens again, there probably will be.
Oh, to the work that Joker's is doing.
Yeah, because right now with the plant shut down, overlay, everything's packed, but people were spinning out on top of a sewer main, like up by 941. And I mean, you can see the green paint perfectly, but they went up there and regraded it and shot it, but if it happens again,
Oh,
but, go ahead, Doc, sorry.
yeah, this is street related. The 3rd Street in every administration has had complaints of people going too fast down the street with kids playing down at the end too. And we've discussed numerous times of putting speed bumps in there. And everybody seemed to be in agreement on it, but we never really acted on it. So I'd like to propose that we get that done because there's a number of kids up the street that play on there or in front pretty often, and Vader's isn't as busy as it used to be when people would be flying down there in for lunch, but they still have the opportunity to take 61 all the way and turn in their parking lot, so it shouldn't be that big a deal. And the speed bumps would encourage them to take the other way instead of flying down 3rd Street.
So I found I called another town, they use these Haikai and other ones, they're rumble strips, but they're wide, but they're not gonna damage your car, but you just put signage up.
They're not gonna damage your car?
I mean, if it hit them hard enough, they will, but I mean, they're gonna slow you down, but they're about 2 inches,
Uh-huh.
and they're rumbles, you know? And they're fluorescent, but you can move them, they're movable to any spot, like, somebody's complain here, move them there, but price cost analysis, they're about $78, $80 per pair with the hardware.
How much, how many pair do you need, or how?
Or would do one section of a street, you just do, and then put the signs up in your
So
area.
forth to $300?
Yeah, give or take, yeah, the signage, and then, because Third Street, there's a lot of kids that play, and I mean, we all know that, you know, and after, I seen myself this weekend, somebody flew by there so fast, I just heard wind, you know?
Well, if they're movable, and do they last a while too?
Oh,
or-
yeah,
Then, I'm willing to, if it's $300, I'll donate half the price, half the cost of it,
okay,
and the city can do the rest, and it'll be just a donation to the city and for the kids, and,
that way, you know,
get it done.
and I can get the signage and put that up, because that's a warning, so it alleviates liability. I mean, you're going 120 and you damage your car, like I said, they're more of a hump.
Yeah, well, there'd all need to be a sensor,
You're
there
fine, so.
should be a sign that says speed bump.
How many are you looking for? How many are you looking at?
Like there's 4, would be, you had, like, you're coming on this side, you kind of stagger them. So when you get in that area of busy kids, that's what they do, kind of like a construction zone. You get close and you're boom, 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 boom. It's like those. And they're reflective, the sign's reflective, they got no excuse. I mean, I'm looking into, see if there's a grant for a clock system that if they're going over so much, it reports it, you know, and then there's a system that sends dispatches using them everywhere.
So do they just lay on the ground, or on the road, you don't attach it to the road, or?
You attach it to the road by adhesive, or you use these little anchors,
Right,
but once you're done, they come with plugs and you go back in there. It doesn't destroy the road, they got a special bit. I'm sure Frankie knows what I'm talking about, so.
Yeah, the thing about it is like snow plowing,
That's
you
just
can
what I was
actually
thinking.
remove them. You can remove them, you
Yeah,
can unscrew them,
yeah.
leave it's like it's like an anchor that goes down in the ground, and it's a set, it's like a long nut that goes in the top of it and goes down, but whenever you need to remove them because of a reason, you can actually put there's a cap that goes over it, so that way when you blade snow, it don't mess them up, and you can bring them back and set them back down.
So is it a possibility of taking them up during the winter months,
yeah,
storing them and then back in spring?
yeah. I mean, they have permanent ones, or they make them, but that's the easiest. Most towns go to those for the snowplow reason, and
Right.
then if someone needs replaced, it's easy, you just buy another one versus a kit and get the replacement. I think they have a 10-year warranty or something too.
Yeah, because what's gonna happen down here, and I'd hate to get that call, but there's people that's doing almost 35 mile an hour down 3rd Street, and that's
Oh, boy.
uncalled for. I mean, there's children playing signs up there, and nobody listens to them. And I don't think it's actually the public of the town. I think it's outsiders, just, hey, we don't care. But you hit a kid, it ain't gonna be so.
No.
And I know, like, you know, their neighbor kids and stuff, they play. I mean, my kids myself are down here playing with these kids down here. And then, you know, you got the ones that's got toddlers that, hey, they don't know no better than not go out in the street. So, I mean, that's my biggest fear.
Like weather-wise, I mean, you can leave them up in the winter, because like now.
So they do have the UV resistant ones. They have a coating on them. Well, UV's UV. It's gonna deteriorate no matter what. But I mean, you could get, I'm gonna say probably at least 3 or 4 years of use out of them before you have to change them. And it just depends on like people getting on top of them, trying to get burnout or something like that. That's gonna be a lot of the issue. Or somebody slamming the brakes on top of them, it's gonna rip them, you know. But I mean, they're hard, but after a few times, it'll tear them up. I mean, and if we catch people doing that, uncalled for, get a license plate number and property damage, you know.
Yeah.
Well, my question is really more towards, like, if it's gonna snow, you know that a couple days in advance. When you go out and pull.
Yeah, you can pull them.
Yeah.
And then if you do break an anchor off, you break an anchor off, you just put sealing in it, and they should send you multiple anchors.
They send you, multiple anchors, and they just plug it off, and then they got multiple spots where you pull the plug and put in the hole.
Yep.
So,
So I would make a motion to do that,
okay.
and with the,
I mean, personally myself, I think it'd be kind of a good thing on 7th Street up there too, in front of the mall. 'Cause
That's
people-
what I wanted to know, how many, I know,
Well, it ain't the point, you got a lot of kids up there, but it's just, I guess people think that's Indianapolis 500 up there sometimes going down through there. So, I
so
mean,
let's do one section as a trial, and then if it works, then we'll expand it to the other areas.
oh, yeah, and I mean, they're 79 inches each section, so there's 2 sections in a set, so 79 should cover a road, so I mean, even if that's that, we could probably pull one and put one up on 7, see how it does. 'Cause
Yeah, I mean-
if they hit it, I mean, they're gonna know it, I'm sure. Because I know you got grandkids, we all have kids, I mean, so,
And there's kids even over there from where the antique mall used to be, there's kids there, your kids, my grandkids,
Yeah.
kids are only in a corner,
Yeah.
so.
yeah.
all
and
of
it's
them.
like, and down by me, your kids
I mean,
come
it's
down
just
there,
like-
I got McKenna.
I don't know who it was the other night, but come ripping past, well, come up Spruce,
Oh, they were
spinning
ready.
gravel, went up past Rose's house, and then they went down 7. I don't know who it was, but
I heard it.
they was ripping.
Yeah, they were going way too much, so.
Yeah, okay, you said you made a motion,
So we have a motion, is there a second?
I will second that.
Motion made, second by Alderman Rosenwood. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Motion has passed. All right, water, wastewater, guys, you wanna take it away?
We're on the water side, back keys, came back good. We did have an issue with a resident that contacted DNR, and we had to do some flushing and stuff. We had to flush like 45,000 gallons out of some hydrants by their recommendation, so we went ahead and did what we needed to do. Coring was good and everything. It was just some air bubbles that was in the line because of topography of the ground. Temperature, adapt, up and down, it's gonna cause a few air bubbles again. And here, we don't have no air relief valves on the water system. Never had an issue before, but I guess over time, we do get them issues a little bit. But that was all resolved, talked to DNR about it. We did what they would like us to do, they took back to these, it came back good too. The other thing is chlorine level's been good. We was talking about the leak a while ago. Our highest reading is around 30,800, almost 31,000 gallons. When I started seeing that, that's telling me, hey, we possibly have a leak, because prior year at this time, we was at 35,000 gallons. And that's when we found out we had the leak on 4th Street, started pushing water out. But been around town, we all been around town looking, checking, not seeing nothing. So if anybody see their meter boiling water out, call us, because we don't look at meters 24/7. I mean, we don't walk up in the yard and start looking. I mean, if we see water, we're gonna check it, but anyways, on that part, everything's been good. Sewer side, sewer plant's been run efficiently. I know our DO's kind of been a little higher than normal. I know a few days we've been, we dropped down to like a 2 or 3. Don't know if it was something coming in, but it finally went back up. We were sitting at a 4.98 this morning. I know with the temperature over Christmas and 80 degrees, it's gonna fluctuate too like that, but it was all good. We did have a sewer discharge line leak on Cedar between 4th and 3rd here a couple weeks ago. It was broke for a while, just wasn't showing its face. Jokers was digging, it got wet, and the line finally, basically the valve gave way, broke at the valve. We put about 300 gallons on the ground that we seen come out on the ground. Don't know about what actually was in the ground because we couldn't see it. DNR was contacted, sanitary overflow was reported. That is on the DNR website. If you go to our permit number, you can see that. The other thing is too, is on grinders, had to replace a float and contactor up at the apartments at 968th Street. We had a grinder went down up there. The electric, I guess the maintenance guys or something was in there messing with the electric. They had the neutral back in the wrong slot. Got it back in place. It burnt the contactor coil up, which, you know, happens, but I got it fixed. Had to put a float in there. Replaced the float at 933 Pine. Got a call about that. It was backed up, which it was just a float replacement. The other thing is, I know we've been dealing, Eric, Adam and I, with these E1s. We do have one resident that is throwing things that they shouldn't be throwing in this E1, and it's causing us problems. It's probably going to have to be pulled, probably have to put a new stator in it, and that's going to cost there. So I know we were talking about what we need to do, and I think ordinance should be wrote up, you know, because premature, you know, situation that they're liable for. I mean, the cost and stuff.
Yeah, we had a discussion several
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
It's not resolved.
We have to update that ordinance in accordance, since it's so old, to 420. They still are on the hook. The problem is, this area, this person has not only burnt up one, but two, and on a third one. And each time a stator cost us $475, even in-house, to replace part-wise.
Where's the location of this grinder?
Up behind Brendan's. Would be, the Aldermen residence.
Oh.
But I don't know who's there and how many people are flushing, but there's been products and other things they got up in there.
There are a lot of vehicles in front of their residence.
So the
Indicating
problem,
a lot of people's overnighting there. So-
E1 will not warranty it, and like Eric, and he's working on training, I'm working on training, with E1, Eric's pretty much almost
I
all.
only got one more certification to do. That's all I got.
Phase 1 or 2 or 3?
It's 3. I think it's 3.
So, at that time, we will get reimbursed the labor and the parts. It's just the fact of the matter, we have to pull it and then put another new one in, and it's just the same old broken record here. And if we have to go up there and pump that down, it's only down. We have to take fence out. You're talking, it's a mess. And and figuring out how to charge them is another thing we need to go over. They want us to charge by bio-solid waste, and how can we figure that?
And then the other thing is too, is whenever we put these E1s in, every resident that we put an E1 in, either I, Adam, or Eric, would explain to them, no sanitary wipes, no venomous products, no, you know, no rubber snakes, anything that it cannot cut up and do its job. And yes, these E1 pumps, I've seen it in action, it can cut up a soda can, but it is not meant to do that. It's just, they're showing what it can do. But the thing about it is, anytime these products get stuck up into that stator, it stops the pump from sucking liquid. It's a dry pump then, and then it just burns the stator up, and all the stator is a rubber garment in there. And then if that burns up, it burns a rotor up, then you're replacing a rotor and a winding all at the same time. And that's going to cost, it costs us. And then even after we are certified to actually do the service, as in a warranty repair or any repair on it, then you have to take the cost efficiency of the employee doing the repair plus the time, you know, of that parts and labor. I mean, it's,
Because ultimately, it'd be our discretion. I mean, when we pull it, if it's not considered repair, we have to notate that under that serial number and then charge the customer what the repair cost would be.
Right.
For it to continue to have a warranty. But if you'll do too much, I mean, it's $4,000 burnt up like that.
plant before continuing to do so.
I think maybe first of the year, somebody got a work session, go over that and update that. Mary's got a whole list of updatable things that, and then we can update maybe the fee schedule, what, you know, compared to, that has Meyer products versus these. But still your biosolids, hauling, tractor, all that's, you know, fuel time, I mean, it's all in there. Just, it's never been enforced.
Well, I mean, for any of these pumps, even the Myers,
Yeah.
they're not capable of putting that kind of product up through it.
So,
I mean, unless you got a pass-through volute, but we can't have something like that here because of our force main. I mean, it goes into our force main and we're gonna get clogged inside our force main, so.
yeah, and we should,
Yeah.
we don't want to,
But
so,
still, yeah, no, I mean, even, you know, at other places, other municipalities and stuff, I mean, we state that flushable wipes are not flushable. I mean, they're, and you know, other products, they're not flushable.
and I even handle a pamphlet, you know, it shows do's and don'ts. You know,
Didn't we just have one not too long ago that was flushing grease? That was a big deal too.
grease was bad,
The grease is bad too. I do know, like, now, Miss Brewster's up here on 8th Street, we had to replace the stator in that one again, and that's too much settlement. So if there's any kind of hard grit or anything like that, that can cause a problem too. But, you know, everything was cleaned out, and whenever we do these pumps, they do get cleaned out, but whatever's inside the ladder or whatever we didn't get, I mean, they can go in there. But that one up there, it's been pumped down, and you know, everything was cleaned out of it. So all of a sudden now we're back to square one again. So
And lateral means it's the influx from the house.
that's the inflow from the house.
yes.
I mean, if we can't see within that, we can't do nothing with it. That's not our side, but
We try to clean it and suck what we can out, you
Right.
know, but we can only get so much. So,
But I mean, with every E1 we got installed in town here, this one here is giving us the most problems, and we shouldn't be having it.
And we even had the owner here of the company,
Yeah.
the trainer, and I mean, they used that one because it was boggling them. The board came back good, everything's come back fine, even like, I mean, it boils down to just negligence or, you know, people not thinking and flushing things, or toys like that one.
So are we, when you guys are up there doing them, are you taking pictures of what's in there?
Yeah, we always do.
Okay.
Yeah, we always do, because in case they come back with a rebuttal, and we can show exactly what's floating on top, because we can't put it in the plant, we have to dump it in the bin, because it's not processable, and then we're just kind of stuck with it, kind of cleaning it out when we can. So, that's usually what we do, because especially if it's got syringes or, you know, things that are, we don't want to put it through that new pump. And but yeah, we take pictures of everything, even whenever we have to do, when we get certified, we have to take pictures for E1 and then upload them to their site, the portal, to make sure, to verify everything's kosher.
Yeah, because you gotta take a picture of the stator, the rotor, the whole 9 yards when we pull them apart. That way they can see what's going on. That way it's on our side of, we have the, you know, legal allegation, but it's on E1 side to say, yes, that is a warranty, or, you know, so.
So that's, yeah. Anything else, Frankie?
I mean, that's pretty well it I got on my side.
Okay.
You guys got any questions or anything?
Yeah, have you been doing work on the side in the city, like with water lines and stuff, for the Dollar General, for the, other board? I mean, are we putting in, is there a Dollar General going in, or you do?
So the supposedly it's still in the process of that, but everything at a standstill at the moment. I haven't heard no more on what's going on, haven't even heard nothing from the chambers. So anyways, but I do know Bowman's was kind of talking about it still, anyways, but nothing, I mean, everything's at a standstill right now that I know of. I haven't heard no more on that, so. But if anything comes about, I'll let you guys know, whatever. I mean, it should be all, everybody should get along, just say, hey, this is what we're doing, you know, so.
Well, it helps because, I mean, now we've got a project that's.
Well, yeah, we got a project, if we go get a well, and we gotta push this much water and all that, we gotta go, another business comes in, hey, are we capable of,
Yeah,
I mean, Dollar General, yeah, I guess I can say we're capable of, cause all it's bathrooms, basically, but, you know, like Saberliner building down there, if Westar decided to come back up here and buy that from Saberliner and say, hey, we're gonna start doing processing in here with water jets, you know, that's hundreds of thousands of gallons going through that building, so
yeah.
do we have the capability of doing it? So,
Are those buildings vacant now, or?
that building is just a storage building, down there. It's got some very, very products in that building that I would not want to mess with, and so.
Yeah,
Basically, that building there caught fire, basically, the town's gonna have to get evacuated if the wind's blowing the wrong way. Just put it that way.
yeah, they provide you MSDS.
Haven't seen one.
Okay, I guess I'll make another phone call. Which,
Yeah, I haven't seen one.
you already know.
I know, the last time I seen one, whenever, in 2021, that's the last time I seen one.
Yeah. So, anything on the fire district side for us, or anything? Did you talk to them about how everything was gonna work with the ordinances or anything?
I've been trying to get with the board on that.
Okay.
Every time we have a board meeting, things are not going the right way.
That's, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, just like the sewer issue over here, you know, that was, but we had to deal with that and get it fixed, you know, that was more priority.
That was,
So,
yeah. All right, oh, and also Eric, so I made a phone call to an old friend of mine, somebody I met last year. He's helped us very well, Paul Shevlin, retired from DNR and all that good stuff. Frankie knows him. And because he's helped us with the whole Ward 1 shutting down, remember that? So he works for a different company. He's also now he's training for DNR for operators and water treatment operators as well. So Eric is now officially already been to one class and he's enrolled in the rest, and he'll be going to get his training and then certification finally.
Okay.
So he won't have to go very far versus the other ones, and we'll be able to use the vouchers, and also I think Frank's gonna help us on a lot of it, and I'll help some too, so he can get that. So we're hoping to get that done by what time, when do you think?
February is when it comes to.
Yeah, February, and in January he's going to the payroll class. So we got that taken care of, but I think, was it July? We'll be testing out?
Yeah, sometime in July.
July they'll be testing out, so that's good. And the regional class, they're a lot cheaper, so, you know, we won't have too much. We'll have maybe a little bit of lodging, but I mean, where you gotta take a test or whatnot, because they don't, you gotta go do it on a computer now, I guess, instead of Scantrons, like back in the day, but, and then things have changed, I guess, with some beauty in our regulations, but, so, when we get, did we get our vouchers yet, the new ones? Okay, so we get new vouchers, he can use them towards the class price, plus we're getting the discount too as well.
Good.
So, I just wanted to bring that up. It's taken a while, but now we finally got that taken care of, so. That's all I got on that, on the sewer. And then park and cemetery, Rose,
Nothing to report.
nothing to report.
Oh, I took a walk through the older cemetery. What's that one called?
That's just the old, that's the
Just the old
old.
cemetery. And, you know, you guys have talked about the headstones that are knocked down and stuff. I've heard about it, but I never really saw them with my own eyes. There's a lot of them now. And I don't know if it's a solution or not, but You know, I'm taking blacksmithing, have been over at SIU Carbondale. And I could probably, when I was looking at those things, I thought it wouldn't be that hard to make some brackets out of steel, and that would hold them, like clips. So they just hold them in place, so you don't have to worry about grouting them or anything like that. Instead of just being toppled over in the grass, which makes it harder to mow around and stuff like that too. So I could probably talk to one of the professors over there, or to some classmates, and see if they'd be willing to chip in as a community service thing, to make brackets to hold up some of the stones that look like they toppled over, to set them back upright, and they can probably just be almost like sunk in the ground with just a little cement around them or something to hold them so that they don't move further. But anyways, it's a possible solution for repair or at least maintenance of it in the future. So I'm just kind of putting it out there, and if you want me to pursue that, then I will. If not, then no.
I think Ms. Janice Cole, did she last meeting come in? She's part of some organization that works on that too. Was it Ms. Cole that came in? She talked about the cemetery. Was that who it was?
She
She's
came
part.
in here and talked to you about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now that was the meeting. So Miss Janice Cole was part of like the St. Jim one. And she knows it's an organization you can work with, or because a lot of these people who you're gonna find that's next can say, sure, clean my stone and do it, for liability reasons. But I don't, I see what you're saying, because there's a lot that somebody just went up there and tore up, knocked a few over 2 weeks ago. Wasn't the wind, the ones that are still on the pegs and everything. So, and they cut Jeff's fence, so it's one of the deals they ran over there to the woods. But the sign's up. We're gonna have to get some self-tappers for that kind of metal. So then it says, closed dusk of dawn, obviously per the graveyard ordinance, and I don't know if you guys want to keep the big doors, closed, and I need to talk to Ponder, he's taking over, I guess, part of that.
Fritz?
Yeah, so we're gonna see about getting gravel up there from a donation, hopefully, from Mr. Fisher, Corey, where the horseshoe goes, because it's getting kind of broken down, kind of make it a little bit better. So I didn't know what you guys thought, or Rose, what you thought about that, or,
That sounds good.
other than that, the wind's blowing some stuff, around, but Eric and other, Mike, I guess, and Sharon been going up trying to keep all the things, even though we have ordinances of flowers and things like that, we probably will start cleaning them up other than memento treatments, and we need to reach out to Miss Lloyd Allen, and see about that. And because only fair to make that right. So I haven't got anywhere with that. She says she don't want it, but it's not, I feel we are obligated to do so. But that's all I got. Does anybody have anything they want to share, or any thoughts? Anything? Nothing? Okay. All right. Citizens participation, anybody? No? All right. Is there a
Make a motion to adjourn.
motion to adjourn